The next time a bouncer checks your ID at a busy bar, you aren't just looking at muscle in a dark polo shirt.
Yeah, no, it completely shatters that classic bouncer stereotype.
Exactly. Welcome to this custom deep dive. Today's mission for you is to really unpack the Tennessee Unarmed Security Guard and Dallas Law training bundles.
Right, we are exploring the whole remote learning experience, what it legally takes to qualify, and, well, the heavy responsibilities of working security at alcohol-serving venues.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because becoming a security guard in Tennessee is honestly a lot more rigorous than just throwing on a uniform.
Yeah, it really is. And that rigor starts with the actual training platform. I mean, it is 100% remote, which sounds easy, right?
Right.
You can start a module on your laptop and seamlessly switch to your phone on your commute.
See, I hear 100% remote, and I automatically assume that means, like, throwing the videos on 2x speed in the background while I'm doing laundry. Just passive binge watching, like a Netflix series.
Well, what's fascinating here is how the platform prevents exactly that.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Think of it as a digital dead man's switch. State mandates strictly prohibit fast forwarding or manipulating the video speed at all.
Oh, wow.
If the system detects you trying to skip ahead to game the playing time, it triggers immediate expulsion.
Immediate expulsion, like you're just out.
You are locked out, yeah. And there is no refund. You have to actively engage.
That is intense.
And to even unlock the next module, you have to prove that engagement by scoring at least 70% on the progress quizzes.
Which makes the course's recommended study strategy really interesting for anyone taking it.
Yeah.
Like, they give you 30 days of access to complete roughly 5 hours of content.
Right, so their big study tip is just to do 10 minutes a day to avoid burnout.
Yeah. And because you only get 3 attempts at the 50-question final exam, you really have to be careful.
Definitely. Their other major tip is to replay the difficult video sections as much as you need before testing. The system will let you rewatch stuff.
It just won't let you speed through it.
Exactly. And the reason the digital classroom is so unforgiving is that, well, it serves as the first filter for a state licensing process that is relentlessly strict about who actually gets to wear the uniform.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, even if you ace the digital tracking, none of it matters if you can't pass the ultimate gatekeeper, right? The state's strict physical background checks. So who exactly makes the cut to even take this exam?
Well, the baseline is you must be 18 or older, a U.S. citizen or resident alien, and have what the state defines as, quote, good moral character.
Okay, so what disqualifies you?
Crucially, any felony conviction is an automatic, non-negotiable disqualification.
No exception.
None at all. And it applies to specific misdemeanors, too, like shooting a weapon, assault, drug distribution, and notably, theft or shoplifting.
Shoplifting. I mean, I get assault, but shoplifting seems, I don't know, less dangerous to the public.
Yeah, but it's not about physical danger in that case. It's about asset protection.
Right.
Security guards are often the absolute last line of defense against loss for a business. So the state views a shoplifting charge as a total breach of trust for someone in that position.
That logic tracks. But, why are they vetting people this intensely just to stand by a door? Here's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
Let's say my buddy owns a restaurant and asks me to fill in temporarily on a busy Friday just checking IDs. I'm not a cop. Do I really need to jump through all these legal hoops?
You absolutely do. If your primary duty is controlling access or preventing entry, Tennessee considers you a security guard. You must be registered.
Even just for a temporary gig?
Even then. And if that restaurant serves alcohol, Dallas law kicks in.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
This law completely redefines premises liability. It legally mandates that guards master de-escalation, safe restraint techniques, CPR, and first aid.
Wow, that is a lot of medical and tactical training.
It is. They also have to thoroughly comprehend Title 39 and 40, which are the state's criminal offenses and criminal procedure codes.
Wait, they have to study the actual criminal code?
Yes, because the law holds them personally liable for understanding the legal boundaries of using force or detaining a patron.
That is massive. What happens if they get it wrong?
The stakes are incredibly high. If a guard acts outside those laws, they lose their registration immediately.
Right.
But the liability travels up the chain. The employer faces a Class A misdemeanor.
Oh, wow.
And the venue can literally have their alcohol license suspended for 30 days.
Which would financially ruin most bars.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean? It means modern security training isn't just about, showing up. It requires active digital learning and a clean record to manage high-stakes, real-world conflicts safely.
Exactly. It's a role built on legal knowledge, medical readiness, and total accountability.
So here's a final thought for you to mull over. The next time you walk into a venue and see a bouncer at the door, consider how Dallas law alters their role. Knowing they are legally mandated to be trained in de-escalation, first aid, and CPR, does that change how you view them? Perhaps less is just muscle and more as a certified first responder.